I'm Colt from Horseshoe Firearms, and today we're going to be talking about North Carolina Senate Bill 41, which was passed in 2023. Most of us in the industry know this as the bill that repealed pistol purchase permits in the state of North Carolina. I'll start by telling you about how it used to be when you used to buy a handgun in the state, and then I'll go into how the new rules have changed with the Senate bill. It used to be you had to be a North Carolina resident, which normally means North Carolina driver's license, but not always, with a North Carolina pistol purchase permit issued by the sheriff of the local county that you reside in. Without that pistol purchase permit in the state of North Carolina, you could not buy a handgun in the state. And we've had this law in effect for 117 years, so this is quite significant that this has changed this recently. Passed by a rather narrow margin. It was vetoed by the governor, and then it was overturned. They had enough to override. So it was kind of a shock to everybody in the industry. At least we had no idea this was coming. So now, as a North Carolina resident with a North Carolina driver's license, it is the same process to buy a handgun as it is for a rifle and shotgun. You come in, you say, hey, I want this handgun. We run a FBI NICS federal background check for you, and usually either instantly 20 minutes or 5 days later, you usually are approved for that purchase and you walk out with it. Same process. If you are under 21, you still can't buy a handgun by federal rule. There are some state level ways to buy a handgun as an under 21. That's a separate issue. That's for a different video. But under the new post-Senate Bill 41 requirements, you as a North Carolina resident no longer need a pistol purchase permit in the state of North Carolina to buy a handgun. That being said, you cannot purchase a handgun as an out-of-state resident. You do have to be a North Carolina resident. If you want a North Carolina handgun shipped to a different state, you can pick it up in your home state. Like I, as a North Carolina resident, can't go down to South Carolina and buy a handgun there. If I wanted to pick it up from South Carolina, I would have to have it shipped here to a North Carolina dealer as an individual. Same goes the either way. If you're a South Carolina resident, you can't just come to North Carolina and buy a handgun. You have to have it shipped to your home state. That is a federal rule. The state level rules are that North Carolina residents no longer need a pistol purchase permit, and that's the significant change here. For all sales, as far as we're doing in store, we no longer require that pistol purchase permit. We just take your North Carolina driver's license, we run the NICS background check, and as I said, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, or 5 days later you will walk out with that, assuming you go through just fine. So that is a significant change. I wanted to make everybody aware of that, and thank you for watching.